Yay! Sorry we had a little technical difficulties this morning, which is too bad because Parker was in here and we did tricks for you before we were going to start class. So I'm going to restart that a little bit. Good morning. Nice to see you. Today's a chair practice, so you will need a chair. And you're not going to want arms on this chair. And if you only have chairs that have arms, fine. If you're in a wheelchair and your chair has arms, it's fine. You're going to want a strap. Now my strap is 10 feet long, but if you only have a belt, that's fine. We're going to do the best we can with that. And you have blocks available. Now the only reason you would really need blocks is if the chair is too tall and you want to have a little comfort here under the thigh. Sometimes your legs will go to sleep, and this will help with you going to sleep. In the description box below, which I think we're still working on because we've had some difficulties this morning, you'll be able to see that this is day 3, chair practice, and when the practice is over, I will save it and upload it to YouTube so that if you want to share this with somebody that you think would benefit from it, that would be awesome. Oh, thank you so much. And then also in the description below, we'll show you how to make a donation through PayPal or Venmo. And I'll give you guys a chance to set up. I'm really sorry about those technical difficulties today. This is the first time we're going to do it without a mic attached to the iPhone. We found that the mic that I was using was what was causing the static. And I ordered a new one, but because of the current global situation with the virus, it won't get here till Friday. So we'll see what we can do. So again, chair, strap is what we're going to need for today's practice. And when you get your chair, if you have hardwood floors, you're going to want to make sure that at least 2 legs are on your mat so that your chair won't slide during your practice. I'll give you a couple of seconds to kind of get that set up and everybody to sign in. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. Hello, Palacios. Hi, Kay. You found me. George. Oh my goodness. I see George here. Hi, Mimi. Diane is on here, Frank and Haley, Jeannie. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be with all of you this morning. Thank you for being patient as we get set up. All right, so we're going to get this practice started now that we've got the camera working okay. And we're going to start standing. And we only do that standing posture for about 3 or 4 of those postures. And we're going to stand behind the chair. That's all the movement we will really do. We won't be going down to the floor. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to come and stand behind my chair. But I realize that with me behind the chair, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to turn my chair sideways. You don't have to turn yours sideways. So when we start, we're just going to get grounded first. We're going to feel the bottoms of the feet flat on the floor and settle in. And a lot of folks are still joining us today. And we're just going to just give them time to get here. And we're going to find our breath. And we're going to feel grounded through the feet. We want to observe the breath and see what it is today. Maybe that right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Just checking in with your body. And back to the center. Feel the temperature and the texture of the mat under your feet. Maybe notice the temperature and texture in your hands on the chair. We're going to lift those toes up, nice big stretch on those toes. And let those toes come down. We're going to lift to the balls of the feet. Hang onto your chair if you can do this. If these standing postures are difficult, then stay seated. We'll be there in just a minute. And we're going to let those feet come down. we're going to take the top of the right foot and press it down. And again, we're only going to be here about not even a full 5 minutes. And if standing is hard, you're going to stay seated and do intentional breathing. That's so important. And release. And the top of that left foot comes down. Nice big stretch here. Where's your breath? Feel grounded through the opposite foot that the weight is in. And release. We take a second here just to set the intention for your practice. What it is that you hope to gain from your practice. Maybe you're dedicating the practice to someone you know. Maybe it's the demographic of someone, all of us globally. Nice full breath here. We're going to open the eyes. Now, our first posture that we're going to do here is we're just going to practice doing a down dog in the chair. Now, how's that going to work? You're going to step away from the chair a little bit, and you're going to continue to hang on to the back of the chair. And you're going to slowly try to shift your booty back and try to let your torso come through those arms. Nice full breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to bend those knees a little and step forward to come out of this posture. And then we're going to just check in with those feet. Maybe shrug those shoulders. Now again, I've turned my chair sideways so that you can see better what we're doing. The next pose we're going to try is a balance. And we're going to do tree. So remember with tree, typically it's up here, but that may not be your practice, especially if you're doing a chair practice today. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's the toe down. This is what's happening with my legs. But I'm using the chair for more stability. So we're going to take that foot and place. Tall spine. Just don't place the foot on your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that foot come down and we're going to change. We're going to let that left foot come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let that left foot come down. We're going to walk that out just a little bit. And then we're going to do one more balance. And we're going to try to do dancer pose. So we're going to see if maybe we can reach back and grab the foot. So maybe you can grab. Maybe you need to grab your pants. Maybe grabbing's not going to happen today. I don't want you to use a strap here because you could get caught up in it. So you can do dancer this way. If you have it in your practice, maybe you can lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we sit up, we slowly put that foot down. Let's try the other side. So you're going to reach back. Maybe you can grab the foot. Maybe you grab your pants. Maybe neither, and both hands stay on chair. And then fold forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we'll come back up. And we'll sit that foot down, and we're going to walk that out. Feel the temperature and the texture under the feet. Kind of check in. We're going to rock back and forth on those feet. Really bringing awareness to the feet. We're sitting a lot during our quarantine. Maybe you already sat a lot because of your job. And we don't feel rooted enough through the bottoms of the bare feet. This whole practice where we're seated, we are going to be grounded, but we're going to feel more of that work through our glutes and not on our feet. So we really take this time here just to wake up those feet. Now our last standing posture. If you can go deeper, we're gonna put the elbows on the chair. And if you can't, that's fine, do what you can. See if maybe you can back up some now, and see if maybe you can let the head go through this way. And if that doesn't work, you're gonna do that first one we did with straight arms. Or you're still sitting in your chair clapping for us. Yay. Because that's all about this community. This community is so supportive and so helpful and uplifting. We love each other and accept ourselves just the way we are. We're going to let that head come up. We're going to gently release. Bend those knees to come forward. So bend the knees. Slowly step forward. So I'm going to return my chair to face you. Maybe you're just joining in and didn't hear the part that if you have hardwood floors, you're going to want at least 2 legs on your mat. All 4 is fine as well. And we're going to make it to seated. We're going to see who else has made it in here with us this morning. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Delana. Hi, Cindy. Oh my goodness, so many people. I love you all. All right, so we're going to get to the chair. Now, when we're working in this chair, we don't want to lean back on the chair. We want to be up near the front of the chair. So just enough to kind of hook the sits bones onto the chair. We're going to put the hands on the knees, and we're going to practice cat-cow. So we're going to let that belly come forward and then back. Now notice that I haven't cued you to breathe any particular way because your body is going to find its own rhythm. So I want the belly to come forward and back and forward and back. Try to find that breath. So I typically am an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale, and return that spine. Nice tall spine. Check again with your neck. Right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Smiling too. There's muscles in that face. And back to the center. So from here, forward fold. We're just going to try to bring the belly forward towards those thighs. Maybe you can let the head dangle, feel the back of the neck stretch. Maybe you can get a shake no, and a shake yes. We're going to inhale to come up. And then we're going to try to just lift the heart up. We're going to do those combinations together each time. So we're going to lift the chest up, and we're going to look up as far as comfortable that your neck can control the weight of the head. And then back to center. Check in with your breath. If your heart is racing, you might be holding your breath. So breathe comfortably. Now, our first posture that we're going to do here is we're going to work on our side angle posture or side stretch posture here. So we want to grab the chair so that we have some comfort here so that we don't tip over. So my hand is just grabbing the bottom of the chair. I'm going to bend my elbow back towards the back of the chair and reach. Nice stretch through the side body. Try to keep both sits bones on the chair. Don't lean, you might fall out of your chair. So really push. Left hip down towards the floor. Into that chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. We're going to let that left hand come down. We're going to grab tightly or at least have the heel of the hand on the chair, seat, and lengthen. Bend the left elbow back towards the chair behind you so that you can really get deep in this side body. 1. See if you can look up towards the ceiling. Where's your breath? 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly come back up. return to center. Now in between is going to be a forward fold. So leaning forward, let that head come all the way forward. Maybe it's a little shake, no. Maybe it's a little shake, yes. Inhaling, we come back up, and we're going to see if we can lift that chest, lift that heart up towards the sky, opening through the throat. Nice full breath, and release. Nice work. So from here, we're going to work on a twist. So we're going to let that right hand come back, and if you can grab the back of the chair this time, that's a good start. We're going to let the left hand go on the outside of the right knee, and we're going to practice twisting. We're going to see if we can get a little further. Maybe you can grab the back of the chair more and help you twist. Don't force. Help. Slowly let that head turn back, looking behind you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to gently release the head, release the chair, coming back to the center. Hey Sylvia, I'm glad you're here. And slowly we're going to turn to the left. We're going to put that right hand on the left knee. Left hand comes behind. Now remember, we're helping. We're not forcing. So we try to turn, starting that twist at the navel, then belly button, then mid-back, shoulders, looking behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we release, coming back to the center, checking in with your body, seeing how you feel. Forward folding. So we're going to come forward again. Maybe you have to spread the legs a little for your belly to come forward. That's okay. We're all made different, which is awesome. We let the head come forward and we shake the head no and yes. Finding your breath. Inhaling and exhaling here. Feeling that work. And slowly, we're going to come back up and we're going to do that same thing. Let that chest lift, open through the heart, opening through the throat. And back to center. So now we're going to do something called stir the pot. So we're going to do big circles. Now obviously we don't want those circles to be bigger than the chair because we want to stay safe. But you want to feel both sits bones on that chair. So lean forward, lean back, which means you need to be pretty far on the front of your chair so that you can lean back and not touch the back of the chair. Now the next time that you make it to the front of the chair, we're going to stop and change directions. Nice full breathing. And again, find your own metered breath. But just be aware of the breathing. And we're going to come back to center. And again, forward fold. Nice work here. Shaking the head, no. Shaking the head, yes. Nice work. And slowly we come back up. Let's check in with those feet again. Lift those toes. Let those toes drop. Come up onto the balls of the feet, stretching through the front of those ankles. And let those heels drop. So we're going to get into the leg now. And we want to do leg extension. So we're going to start by lifting the knee. Now, if this is difficult for you, then that's all you're going to do is this. Please try to lift it here and don't grab it and do this. If this is still too difficult, then you're just going to come up onto the ball of the foot and try to hover. All right? So let's see if we can lift that leg. We're going to lift that right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that foot back down. We're going to try the other side. So we're going to lift it. We're not going to hold it. We're going to lift it with our own strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put that down. Maybe a little wiggle with the legs. Now we're going to do a second round, but with the second round we're going to add to it. We're going to do a straight leg if you're able. And if you are having a hard time with the last one, then you're going to repeat what we just did. So we're going to bring that right leg up. And if you're okay with this, now see if you can extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put that foot down gently. Let's try the other side. We're going to lift that left knee, and if you can, extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend that knee. Put that foot down. Nice little shake here. So happy to see you guys. Good morning, Melody. All right, now from here, we're going to start moving into upper body. We're going to practice a pose called cow face pose. But we're not going to do the leg portion. We're just going to do the arm portion. So we're going to take that right arm and reach over like you're going to pat yourself on the back. And then you're going to let the left arm come under to meet it. So I'm going to show you from the back what that would look like. So it would look like this. You would bring that right arm over and the left arm under. Now chances are this might be where your hands are, and you can leave them like that, no problem. If you would like to use a strap, you can, and that would look like this. You would hold the strap in the top hand, come under, and pull down. Try to keep this elbow close to the head and pull only straight down, not out to either side. So that's what we're going to practice. Maybe you are already practicing, so take a break or wait for us while we practice. So here we go. Right side comes over. We're going to reach under, grab those fingers or strap or just hold the intention. And we're going to remember to breathe. Don't over sway your back. A lot of times we'll sway that back if our shoulders are tight. So try to pull that navel in. Nice work here. 1, 2, 3, smiling, 4, 5. Gently release that down, and we're going to switch. So we're going to let that left hand come over like you're going to pat yourself on the back. Grab the hand or strap. Remember your elbows close to head. Full breath. Don't sway. Fill in lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to put the backs of those hands together and soften. So really bowing the back and release those hands down. So we're really moving into shoulders now. We're going to grab the strap or the belt, whatever it is that you found that you had around the house. And we're going to open them about 3 feet apart, maybe a little more. You're going to want to be conscious of the chair behind you if your chair is really tall. And we're going to try to come up and back and forward. So we're just being gentle here. We're going to come up. We're going to go back, maybe as far as we can, but not getting caught on the chair, and forward. Let's see if we've got 5 of those. We're going to come up, over, back, and forward. That's 1. Remember to breathe here. Up, over, back, 2. Up, over, back, 3. Up, over, back, forward, 4. And up, over, back, forward, and 5. That's a whole lot of work. Good job. So we're going to roll those shoulders back. We're going to check in with our breath. We're always lifting pelvic floor, which is going to help us be taller. We're always remembering to keep those navels active to pull that belly in so we're aware of our lower back. Right ear, right shoulder, because a lot of times we shrug if our shoulders are tight. We want to stretch all that out as we move along. Left ear, left shoulder. And back to the center. So this time we are going to do figure eights with this. And again, you want to be conscious of how tall the chair is, or if you're sitting next to a family member, you don't want to whack them and be locked up with them in quarantine. That could be bad. So here we go. We have this Y and this figure eight. So we're going to start. I'm dipping to the left, around and forward. So it just kind of works like this. Being mindful of that buckle that it doesn't hit you. Nice work here. Allowing the weight of one arm to add resistance to the other arm. Let's see if we have two more here. And the next time that you finish, as you come forward, we're going to stop. Now dip to the right and try again in the other direction. Sometimes the hardest part is going in the opposite direction because your brain shuts down. A nice full breath. Nice work. We have two more here. Finishing this out. And release. We're going to put those hands down and just shrug the shoulders. And release. So we're going to do a pose that's called Toy Soldier. Now I realize that a lot of you may not have this long a strap. So Toy Soldier is kind of difficult, so I'll give you a modification. Let me show you what Toy Soldier is first. So those of you who have the strap can start putting it on because it kind of takes a minute or two to put it on. And then I'll show you the modification if you don't have one this long at home. So if you have a strap at home, you're going to want to find the center of that strap. So you're going to put the two ends together and find the center. Once you find the center is what goes on your back. So it's going to go across here, coming forward. Once it comes forward, you want it to look like a backpack. So you're going to go over each shoulder. All right, and I'm not there with you to help you out, so really pay attention here. Notice that this goes over each shoulder. This does not cross on my chest. A lot of times we don't even think about it and we do this thing, right? But it just went straight over my shoulders just like a backpack. It crosses in the back. So it looks like this on the back. And mine probably has some twists in it. And then when you get ready to pull this, you're going to pull down towards the chair. You're going to resist arching the back, and you're going to resist pulling out. When you pull out, it puts pressure here, and this blocks off pressure to the artery that feeds the arm, and we don't want to do that. We want to pull down on the trapezius. So we pull down. So try to pull down. Now, there's going to be a handful of you who don't have these straps. What can you do? You can lace your fingers behind you like this, and you're going to pull down, and at the same time you pull down, you're going to lift your chest up. So that's the modification. Maybe your torso makes it where your hands touch the seat of the chair, and you can't get high enough. You could just cross the arms, try not to sway the back though, and lift the chest. So we're going to open through those collarbones and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chin comes to chest, still pulling shoulders back and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that head come up. Right ear, right shoulder, really stretching. So especially those who are using the strap, You can feel that stretch because your shoulders can't move because of the strap. You'll feel that work. I'm going to switch to the other side. Remember, lifting the chest if you're doing this modification with me. Chest is lifted, but you're keeping those abs active so you don't sway the back. A lot of work. And gently back to the center. One last time, chin comes forward. And release. We're going to release those hands. Release the strap. And breathe. Steady breathing. Maybe we have hip distance apart. And arch. It feels so good. And release it out. So now we're going to practice eagle arms. So many of you know the balanced eagle, Garuda Asana, where the legs are crossed and the arms are crossed. But today we're just going to do the arms. So we're going to start with that right arm forward. We're going to take the left elbow, put it in that right elbow, and twist. Do your best here. Now, when we first do that, our elbows tend to sit on our chest because that's a range of motion that's comfortable for us. But I invite you to lift those elbows up until they're chin high. Now, once the elbows get as high as the chin, I want you to imagine that you had a quarter between your elbows and you're trying to squeeze the quarter. As soon as you try to squeeze those elbows together, you're going to feel the shoulder blades spread apart. You're going to feel that work in the back. It's going to get pretty warm. At the same time, see if you can drop those hands forward some. Serious work here. Lots and lots of work. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 3, 4, 5. Gently bring those hands in. Let those elbows drop. Unwind. Holy smokes, right? Little shoulder rolls. Let's try the other side. Left hand comes out. We're going to put this right elbow in this left one. Unwind. All right? Once we get this wound up, remember, sitting the elbows on the chest is that range of motion we're comfortable with. So we want to get out of that comfort zone, lifting those elbows up by the chin. Remembering to breathe. That is the thread that holds all of these postures together. Now try to squeeze that imaginary quarter between those elbows. Feel those shoulders fire up. And see if your wrists and hands can come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands slowly come back in. And let those elbows come down as we unwind. Ooh, unwind those shoulders. Nice work. Right ear, right shoulder. Nice big stretch. Left ear, left shoulder. Nice big stretch. Back to the center. Let's do that forward fold again. We're going to drape forward. Just let your arms hang. Let your head hang. Nice full breath here. Maybe shake your head no. Maybe shake your head yes. As we inhale up, we're going to lift that chest up, opening through the heart, through the collarbones, through the throat. Only lift as high as your neck is comfortable. 3, 4, 5, and back to the center. So we're going to give those arms a break, move back down to the legs and hips. So we're going to do a type of standing series that I do in my classes, but we're going to do them seated. So you can totally do Warrior 1, Warrior 2, side angle in your chair. So this is how it's going to work. Let me show you a little bit first. I'm going to let my left leg come out like I'm in a lunge. So you see that this portion resembles the lunge. I'm going to let my right leg go back as far as comfortable. Now keep in mind, this is going to depend on the movement that you already have at home. All of my weight is still on this chair. I am comfortable in this chair. I don't feel like I'm going to fall out of that chair. So let's see if you can try this. Left leg forward, right leg back. Give you a few moments to get there. I'm going to go ahead and turn my torso forward, finding my breath. Now, with that left leg forward, my right leg back, you can feel that work. I have my right foot flat. We're going to lift those hands up for warrior one in the chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly rotate and come into warrior two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let your right hand gently settle on your thigh. Left hand comes up. Opening that left hand up. 1, 2, gaze up at it. Smile, soft face. 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that left elbow slowly come down. Maybe it will come to the knee. We're going to let the right arm dangle. It's a little easier on the shoulder. And we're going to let that right arm lift, side angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do a revolved side angle. We're going to let that right hand come down, but we're going to put the right hand on the left knee, and the left hand is going to grab the chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. From here, we grab the seat of the chair, pull right in, and move left back, forward fold. Nice full breath here. 1, 2, let that head dangle. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come up. We're going to lift the chest up, opening through the heart, opening through the throat. And release. So now we're going to try to go to the right side. So we take a second to get set up. We turn, we let right leg come forward, left leg come back. Now notice that my body is still on the chair. My right leg is forward like a lunge. We're going to let that left one come back. So take a second to get there, to get comfortable. We're going to rotate and let those hands come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently rotate and come into warrior two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right elbow comes down, left hand travels over. Nice big stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to revolve this posture. So we're going to sit up. We're going to put that left hand on the right knee. Right hand behind. Revolve posture here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We unwind here. And when we unwind, we're going to bring that left leg in. Then that right leg in. Finding center and forward fold. Hanging out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to inhale, lift that chest up tall. And release. Oh, lots of work here. So this work is going to be to work the core a little bit. And now some of you that had this problem, where it's not a problem, but this was difficult for you, where you were doing one leg at a time, this is going to be harder. So you may have to only do one leg or come up on to the toes. This is a little bit of core that you can do in the chair. So I'm going to allow the hands to come back a little bit. I'm going to try to bring in both knees and just hang out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put those feet gently down and rest. Now remember, you can be doing one leg at a time if you prefer, or you can do both. Let's see what we can do one more time. Maybe you're bringing your hands back and you can only hover here. Perfect. Do what you can. Just move. We're going to bring those knees in. Remember to breathe. Feel grounded through those glutes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly sit them back down. Smile. Be happy. And forward fold. Feel that release in the back body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we come up, we're going to lift that chest up. Open through the heart. And gently release. Check back in with that neck. Right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. And back to the center. So the last thing is these last couple of postures are the harder postures. So there's dips on a chair. Now chances are dips might be difficult for you to work for those triceps. So I'm going to show you a modification. So the modification for your dip would be to put your hands here and just to see if you can lift your butt up, right? Lift the butt up. There's going to be a little core, a little psoas involved in that particular one. So this is an important movement, especially if you're not very mobile, to be able to get up and out of a chair, up and down off the floor, or from the chair to the bed. But if you're just practicing along with me today, just to find a different way to move the body, you can move forward and you can allow your bottom to come off the front of the chair. Again, make sure your chair is not a chair that would tip. So we're going to come forward and maybe we can dip down and up. That's one. Now remember, if that's not happening for you, this is available. Okay? We're going to come down, elbows go straight back and up. That's 2. We're going to do 5 and down and up. That's 3. Down, up. That's 4. One more. Down, up. That's 5. Sit on the booty. Give yourself a hug, since we're not allowed to give anybody else a hug, right? Nice big stretch here through the body. Whew. Remembering to breathe. And then change that cross. Remembering to breathe. And release. Now, we want to center everything up. So we're going to do a wide angle forward fold and then start on our meditation. So for a wide angle forward fold, again, be careful that you are stable in your chair, that your chair won't want to tip. If you are doing these things and you are in a wheelchair, I hope in the beginning, which I should have said that you locked it so that when you lean forward, the chair won't want to roll back. But we're going to extend those legs wide. Now, notice they're not overly wide, but this is just going to change a little bit of the tissue. And we're going to see if maybe we can lean forward. Now, notice I'm not leaning too far forward because, again, I want to feel safe in my chair. But it's enough for my hips to feel the work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use your hands on your legs to help you come up. Just try not to use the knee. Pull those feet in. Now, if you can, we're going to see if that right ankle will go on the left knee. If this does not happen, you're going to cross at the shin or at the ankle. Finding what works best for you, lean forward, but think about your belly coming towards the leg. Looking at the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly come up, and we're going to switch sides. And slowly lean forward. Again, making your adjustment, whatever that is. 1, 3, 4, 5. Thank you guys for keep checking in. That's awesome. And gently release. We're going to wiggle those legs from side to side. Oh, I know some of you are like, wow, I had no idea chair yoga was so hard. And it is. It's really hard. But we're done with the practice for right now. We're going to let the back arch. And let the belly come forward. One more time, we let the back bow. And gently release. Now from here, you can finally scoot back in your chair, and you can allow the chair to hold up your body. You're going to place those hands in your lap. We're going to do some meditation here. This would be our Shavasana space. And maybe you feel more comfortable sitting up straight. We're going to let those eyes close, tall spine. We're going to inhale up through the crown of the head. We're going to gain height. Holding that height, we still exhale. We don't lose that height. We don't lose our posture. We don't slump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, keep the height. So next time we're going to inhale, and just when we think the lungs are full, we're going to take another sip. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale it out. Let's try that again. Inhale, tall spine. A little sip. Hold it. 2, 3, and release. We continue to keep that straight spine. We feel those feet grounded to the floor. And we focus on the breath. We feel the temperature and texture of the feet on the floor. We release the feet and the ankles. We smooth the shin and the calf. We move through the knees and into the thighs. We soften the glutes and pelvic belly. We align the lower back, pulling the navel in. We lengthen up, soften those tissues at the mid-back and solar plexus. Still focused breathing. We have that lifted chest and a flat shoulder blades. Collarbones lift some. Soft neck. Loose jaw. Where's your breath? How is your heart rate? Can you feel light coming in through your lids of your eyes? Take 2 more breaths here. And maybe you begin to lift those toes off the floor and then lower them. Maybe you let the hands begin to stir in your lap and the arms move. Maybe you let that right ear drift towards right shoulder. And left ear towards left shoulder. And back to the center. Maybe you have some wiggles now in the chest. Big full breath as you bring your awareness here. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. We're going to remind ourselves of all the amazing things we have in our life to be thankful for. We're going to send love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. We're going to end the practice with an Om, if you're comfortable. Inhaling. Bowing forward in respect, namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. Thank you for joining me. Be well.